Hi there, in this video I'm going to show you the basic weight loss juice. So this is a basic juice that I have for weight loss, but it's also a very good maintenance juice as well. So what I've got in here is beets, I've got lemons, I've got celery, carrots, apples, and I've got some ginger in here. Here we go, got some ginger, and somewhere at the bottom here, got some turmeric. So all of these are really good for weight loss in one way or the other. Beets are good for oxygen intake into your blood. Carrots I just find just bring back your energy so well. Celery is excellent. It has natural organic sodium. It's not iodized sodium like table salt. So your body actually takes this in and it really uses it properly. It doesn't increase your blood pressure. And lemons are pretty much like the best thing you can have in your body. They basically cure any sort of disease or fix any problem as long as you get it before it gets too bad or too advanced. And apples I find are just really good for the flavor. They fill you up and it just makes everything taste great. So and then what we got here? Two of the most important ingredients, turmeric. Turmeric is like the weight loss king. You put that in everything and you'll just see the pounds drop off. It's ridiculous. And ginger. Ginger is excellent too. It's the same sort of thing as lemon. It's just like, it's so good for your body. It cures any sort of problems. It heals you. It's just like it cleans out your system and fixes you all in one. It's awesome. So yeah, let's get to this. So yeah, as you can see here, I have an Omega Soul Juicer. It's a one of the I don't know what this is called. I guess the long style. It's got the small hole in here. So I find this is a bit of a pain in the butt. But aside from that, this juicer is really good. It's really strong. So I find the only downside putting carrots through here is kind of a pain in the butt compared to like the Breville centrifugal one. Those ones just eat up carrots like nothing else. So usually I start with something hard like beets, because you'll see right away the juice goes into the juice container. You start off with something smaller, for some reason it goes through and it ends up in this container, which is the pulp. So if you accidentally do that, you just can dump this container back into the juicer and then the juice will go back into the right container, but it's better just to start off with something hard like beets or carrots. And then it's always good to end with beets or carrots because that'll actually flush out the juicer. So you can see with the carrots, it's kind of has to chunk it off. I mean, you can chop these up into bits, but I don't like to spend hours chopping up all my vegetables just to put them through here. So I basically chop up anything I absolutely have to and then leave the rest. And you also notice I've left the skin on the lemons because there's tons of nutrients in that. My wife's actually trying to convince me to try eating a banana peel because there's tons of nutrients in the banana peel, but I've yet to try that. So you'll notice here I actually have too much liquid in here because I put a bunch of apples through it. So to clear this out, you can either put like a leafy green vegetable through there like kale, but since I don't have kale here, you can use something hard like a carrot or a beet. That's why it's always good to save some. So I'll be saving this carrot for the end, and I also have a couple pieces of beets here, so I'll save those for the end too, and then I'll just start putting through the softer stuff. And I'll mix it in a bit with this ginger because this is nice and hard. And then one other thing I'd like to note too is if you're juicing turmeric or ginger, I find those are the more expensive ingredients and definitely harder to find organic turmeric. I can only find it one store near me. So when you're juicing those, I put them in the middle of the whole juice. That way you make sure that all the juice gets flushed out, because it's so valuable. That is what it does for your body, and the fact that it's harder to find that ingredient. I always put the most important ones in the middle. If anyone has any idea what they can do with this, aside from putting in a compost, I'm very curious, because I end up with so much extra pulp, and you know, it just goes in my compost. But if you actually cook something with it or do something with it, just leave in the comments below. I'd love to hear. So one interesting thing about this juicer too is you have the one button to turn it on and it spins it forward. You can also push it. It doesn't turn on, but you hold it and it'll spin backwards. So I actually do this at the end, and you'll see you'll get more juice because it's stuck on the other side of the rotor. And then you can turn it back forward again, and it'll start spinning forward again, and then more juice will come out, as you can see here. You just have to let it stop completely before you turn it back on, otherwise it won't start going forward. Another thing to note with this Omega juicer, if you just got one or if you've had one for a while, I find when you try to pull it out, it gets stuck. You actually have to push down on it, and that releases the metal peg. And then when you pull it out, I actually rotate it 45 degrees, and then I rotate it back, and you can see all this juice is actually stuck in there and it comes out. So I don't like to waste any of this juice whatsoever, so tip for saving some extra. And for pouring this, I find this container is quite bad. It has a edge on here, which you would think you'd be able to pour from, but I find I always spill with this thing. So what I do is I have this second bowl here, and I just pour all the juice in this bowl. And the spout on this bowl is really good, so you can even just put a tiny bit of water in here and wash out all the excess juice. So yeah, that's it there. This is the final juice. Yeah, give it a shot and let me know if you think it's good, or if you feel it actually makes a difference, because I absolutely love this stuff. This stuff is this stuff's a lifesaver for me. I should note too, I put a few extra stalks of celery in there. Normally I only put in like maybe 2 or 3, but I had, I think, like 5 or 6. That's because I just went for a workout, and for extra recovery from a workout, you want a little extra celery. That extra added natural organic sodium in the celery really helps for recovery. Enjoy.